industry versus discrete manufacturing industry. So you can see here also there are levels are there. Okay, here also there are different levels. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. It has been mentioned. And been mentioned. So in that automation levels, we are going to consider two industry automations. One is process industry. The another one is discrete automation industry. So you can see the tabular column there we have, and the slide it is there. What are the differences? What we have, what it is going to create in those things? We are going to see. Now my question is, from this process industry, the name, and also discrete manufacturing industry, can you say me anything about this process industry as well as discrete manufacturing industry? Anything? So both are related to automation only. Okay, but both the industries which will come under automation levels. Okay. So now you tell by considering the name, what is that? Or you can see the slide. You can see the slide and you can decide what it is. Yes, anyone? Yes. See, at least you see the slide. There he has given process industry and they given discrete manufacturing. In that some corporate plant, this side, left side, right side. They are given tabular column for all the 5 levels. So these are the 5 levels we have discussed in the previous class: device level, machine level, cell level, and also plant level, and also enterprise level. The same thing we have considered over here, but with respect to the industries, it is varying. So now process industry, if I consider a process industry, so a continuous, if I take a filling of the water bottle or filling of the cool drink, okay, the first there will be the bottle will come, then the cleaning will come, then it will be the filling of the water will be taken place. Then after the filling of the water, we will be having a fixing of the cap will be taken place. Then also labeling around that uh, bottle. So the labeling around that bottle, all those things, it will be in a process wise. It will be the operation. It will be taken. Yes, in a process, the operation it has been going on. Or if we consider an automation section in the manufacturing of the cars, okay, so the robots will be there. Those robots will be the programmed, and one after the one has to fit the door, one has to tighten the nuts and bolts, and one operation has to perform the painting operation, welding operation. Okay, so this kind of the things it has to be carried out in a process in an assembly line. Okay, that I can consider it as a continuous processing industry. So where the work one after the another, so continuously it will be going on over a component, so in order to get the thing. Okay, so then if we take a discrete manufacturing industry, so in this discrete manufacturing industry, so we are going to prepare a component. Suppose if I need to prepare a screw jack, not screw jack, if I need to prepare any block, okay, cylinder block I need to prepare. If I need to prepare a piston, okay, this it is limited for the discrete. Discrete means short for a specified thing. Continuous means the path will be in a straight line. Okay, discrete means it won't be straight. Okay, so like that I am going to prepare a single component. So with respect to the component, how many number of components are prepared requirements, it will be the work will be keep on going on. So that is also with respect to automation levels. Okay, so that we are going to call it as a discrete manufacturing industry automation. So now in that case, we have categories, different levels here shown here. The PPT has shown different levels. The first level we can consider corporate level. So in discrete as well as in the process industry, the corporate level will be same. So what its work? Its work is to check all the things like management information system, strategy planning, high level management of enterprises, taking the quotations and the tenders. Okay, so all those things it will be going on in the processing. Okay, so then the same case is same thing. It will be going in the discrete manufacturing industry automation also. The same, the office hotel, the office section with respect to higher order, higher. So it will be same. Okay, like as I given the example of the college. So high level, I can say management is the high level. So what all the things they will be taking. So what are like permission for the branches. So what is the intake for the branches. Okay, and also infrastructure related things. Okay, and also board related things. So all those things it will be taken care of by the corporate level itself. The second level is the plant level. Okay, so the plant level it will be involves scheduling, tracking, tracking materials and equipment monitoring. As I said, example of a water bottle. Okay, there we should in a plant level we should have a continuous monitoring of the process. Okay, continuous tracking of the process. So within this time, I need to have this much of bottles or this much of things should be it should be get ready. So have a order. So then we need to have a proper tracking and also how the process is going on. Is it is going to reach the target within that limit? So all those things it will be calculated in the plant level itself. So here also the same in case of the discrete manufacturing system, manufacturing automation, plant or a factory level. Okay, the scheduling, tracking, working process it will be similar to that of the process industry itself. Then the third one is superior control. So as a supervisor control level. So you can see in this the third level is cell or the system level. Okay, cell or system level. So here also up to first point, second point, and third point. So what all the things carried out in both the industries? It will be same. It will be same only. So here also in the supervisory control levels, here we are going to take a overall information regarding the thing. One supervisor will be there, so that supervisor will be checking the quantities and all, and is the persons are working or not. So what is the operation it is going on, is any required necessary things are required. So then he has to get manage of all those things. Okay, so that it will be carried out in the superior control system. So in case of the management cell or the system level, so here also same, he is going to collect the information regarding the material, information regarding the labor, information regarding the machine for the carrying out the process without any disturbance. So in the manufacturing cell or the system cell. But now the last two points like regulatory control level and also machine level. So it is specified for only specific type of the year the path it will be get changed. Now what all the process industry, it is for a continuous process. Once if we are providing a input, we are going to get the output with packing. With packing we are going to get the output. So in the water bottle packing itself, you can see like 339 or 12 total 12 packing of the 12 bottles will be packed in a single cover. So that will be carried out. So but in case of machine level, the production machines and workstations for different discrete parts, only specific part, then the specific part will come, then again the other specific part which will be on. Okay, then in that we have sensors and actuators. So here also we have sensors and actuators. So here in the first process, in the sensors and actuators are indicated for the path flow, like whether the water has been filled or not, whether the bottle has been cleaned or not, what are the temperature of the thing it will be going on over the machine. Okay, what is the all those things, temperature, fluid, quantities, liters. So with respect to this, it will be get measured in case of the process industry automation by using the sensors and actuators, but in this case it will be limited for the machines itself. Over the control of the machines, from the control of the machines, it is going to carry out the products. So that is the two-way paths in order to describe the automation levels. One is the process industry. Just to keep in mind, a process industry means like manufacturing of the water bottles or the assembly lines, the manufacturing of the cars in the assembly lines. Okay, so what are the step-by-step procedures you can take? Then if you consider the discrete manufacturing industry, it is for the preparation of the components. It is for the preparation of the components. Once the components have been prepared, then it will be used for the process industry to carry out the operation. Okay, but both the industries are under automation levels itself. Okay, so this is the thing related to process industry versus discrete manufacturing industry. Next one is continuous discontinuous. The same thing what we have discussed previously. Okay, so continuous and what is the process industry and discrete industry, the same thing. There we are going to consider what are the levels, but here we are going to consider what are the factors it will be influencing over the continuous and influencing on the continuous versus discrete control systems. Okay, so this is also it will be under automation levels itself. So here we are going to consider two types of the controls. One is continuous control, the another one is discontinuous control. So here what are the in continuous parameters, continuous control system, the variables and parameters are continuous and analog, are continuous and analog. But in case of discrete control system, the variables and parameters are discrete, limited, not limited, like it will be in a binary form. Okay, 0 1 2, like it will be 0 1, it will be in a binary format. Okay, so we are going to by seeing the table, we are going to get the what are the differences between the continuous and discontinuous control factors. So now the in that first factor is product output measures. Product output measures. See now, as I said, process industry and discrete manufacturing industry. So in that itself, we are considering what are the factors. Now seeing these factors, can you say me what is the difference? See, if I am saying just two people will be may listen or may not be listening, but by discussion you are going to get something, at least some knowledge. So if you are discussing the things, so that's why whenever ask the question, just interact. Whether it may be correct or wrong, so that is a second thing. So answering is an important factor. Yes, can you?
Sir, it is the difference between continuous and discrete control, sir.
Continuous and discrete control. Okay. So first one, product output measures. Here he has given weight, liquid volumes, and solid volumes, and this side he has given a number of parts and products. What is that? Okay. See in these factors, the first one is product output measures. As I said, consider an example of a water. So here, with respect to continuous process, so weight, liquid value. Just I can say that example of that liquid volume. What is the quantity of volume should be filled to that bottle? So that is the one, the product output or measurement we are going to get from the process industry. But in case of discrete manufacturing industry, number of parts. As I said, it is the companies in the discrete manufacturing system. Okay, it is used for the production of the components. Prepared. Okay, so we are going to get the output count. What is the number of parts or products that is coming out from the Then second point, quality measure. Okay, the quality measures. Here you are going to check what are the consistencies, what are the solution concentrations, and absence of any contaminants. Okay, specialization conformations. So all those conformances, all those things you are going to consider with respect to quality. Here, in case of discrete control manufacturing, you are going to consider what is the dimension of that. Is the surface finish is good? What is the appearance? Is there any defects are present in that? Okay, what is the product reliability? What is the product duration, life of the product? So all those things you are going to consider with respect to the quality measures. So that will be involved in the discrete control system. Then if you go for the variables and parameters. So here the variables you are going to check what is the flow rate, at what pressure it is going on, and what is the temperature of that the thing. Okay, so all these things you are going to fill. What is the time taken for the filling of the? Okay, you are going to consider these variables as a and variables and parameters. But in this case, you are going to consider what is the velocity of that engine, what is the acceleration, what is the force of that tool. Okay, and what is the position of the tool. Okay, so we are going to consider all those things in case of the discrete control system. Then sensors, flow meters, thermocouples, and pressure sensors are used. But here the switches, okay, the switches, photoelectric sensors, strain gauges, and our switches, piezoelectric sensors. It will be used for the indication purpose. For the if any uh, defects or if any override, okay, with respect to the dimensions, all those things that will be giving a signal to the signal with respect to with the help of the sensors. Then the actuators. So here we will be using valves, heaters, and pumps. In this case, the actuators are switches, motors, and pistons. And processing time constants. It is in seconds, minutes, or maybe hours, depending upon the type of the work. But it will be taking a, for a single component. Once the program it has been executed, so it will take a, depending upon the type of the component, it will take a minute. Okay, it will take a second or less than a minute. So it depends upon the type of the work. Okay, this time of processing times constraints it will be get varied. So like this, these are the two things or the two factors. It will be giving the comparison between the continuous control system or process industry and discrete control system or discrete manufacturing industry. Okay, now the next slide. What is a continuous control system? So in this continuous control system, so what are the things involved in that in order to improve the continuous control systems? So you can see one is the regulatory control system, feed forward control system, steady state optimization, adaptive control system, unlearned search strategy, then others. So here this it is also made for the improvement. What are the things? What are the parameters we should consider? So in order to get the maintain overall output of the industry. Okay, so in this continuous control system, it can be achieved by very other different types of or number of ways. In different ways, we can achieve the things. So in that different methods, we are going to consider this list. Let us see what is this regulatory control. So the objective of this regulatory control is to maintain the process performance at a certain levels or within the given tolerance or within the plant itself. Okay, so here regulatory, you can underline what is regulatory. So regulate means its work is to control, its work is to regulate. That may be a level, that may be a plant, that may be a machine. Okay, overall what are the different levels are there? In each and every different levels, we have a regulatory controls. So based on that, the work will be going on. If there is no regulatory controls, then the decision taken and decisions made and also the output does not have any sense. Okay, so here the main objective of this is to maintain the process performance of regulating within a level or within the given tolerance band. Okay, so that is the one thing, regulatory control system. And due to this regulatory control system, so in another phase it may be reduced. 1 second. So that is the thing, the objective of the regulatory control. Next, feed forward control. You people already studied this feed forward control in the control engineering. What is this feed forward control? Feedback control system you are studying. Feed forward control system. Yes. I studied proportional, integral, then differential controllers. In that you are going to get one controller, you are going to get a feed forward controller. So the feed forward controller means if a disturbance is going to, so the main thing of this feed forward controller, so it makes that system to not to occur any disturbances, not to occur any disturbances. So it will be taking a corrective action, okay, before the process is going on. Okay, but in case of the feedback control system, what all the input we have given, output will be coming. So with respect to given input, if there any output difference is there, then it will, the feedback signal, it will be sending the signals to the input to make the necessary changes. But here it is not like that. In feed forward signal system, it will be making the corrective actions before itself by considering may or may not be occurring a disturbance. Based on that, it is going to carry out the feed forward signals. Then we are in order to get the a proper output. So that will be also important in the getting the continuous process industry, because as it is going in a continuous path, if there is a small disturbance is created in a ongoing process, then the whole thing has to be get shut down with respect to starting of the bottles and filling of the water and the closing of the caps and also labels and also packing. So all those things, it should be shut down. So in order to stop one type of the defect, one type of the disturbance. So that's why in case of the continuous things, so the feed forward, it will be taken and corrective measurements are the action before the commencement of any disturbance over the running process, ongoing process. So that we are going to call it as a feed forward control system. Okay, so the remaining thing, the study state optimization and adaptive control system and others, we can online search and others we can discuss in the next class. Today we shall take the